Hi, it's Lizzie. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about how fathers impact their children. This message is about how you, dad, you can have a significant impact on your child's life, especially in how they navigate challenges in society. Let me share a story about my dad, okay? My parents have been together since before I was born, and I've been incredibly blessed to have both of them in my life. My dad has always been a provider, always present, and is truly a good father. Now, if I had to highlight any of his flaws, I'd say that my dad isn't a strong communicator. He doesn't always express what's on his mind or what's happening in his world. He can be very private. But one thing I absolutely love about my dad is that whenever I call him for advice or feedback, he's always truthful and real. Here's an example of this. Recently, I was on a Zoom call for a church activity. During the meeting, while someone was singing, during the meeting while someone was singing, my son came to me with an important question. It was early in the morning and he asked, "Mommy, can I have a little brother or sister?" It was such an intimate and personal moment. I didn't realize my mic was on and nobody told me verbally. They just texted me to mute. By the time I saw the message, the moment had passed and everyone had heard our private conversation. I felt so betrayed. Instead of someone simply speaking up to let me know, people were silently talking about it in the chat. It made me question the sense of support I thought I had in that community. I was very upset, so I called my mom to vent about it. My dad overheard our conversation and asked what was wrong. After hearing what happened, he said something that really stuck with me. He said, "Lizzie, I've told you before, you don't have to involve yourself in everything. Just because someone is organizing an activity doesn't mean you need to participate, especially if it's not something you truly want to do. You joined to show support, but when you needed support, no one was there for you. Next time, don't put yourself in situations that aren't mandatory or necessary." At first, I wanted to defend my decision. I wanted to show support for my church. But as I reflected on his word, I realized he was right. I learned a valuable lesson that day. It's okay to say no to things that don't match your priorities or that you think that is not essential at the time. This conversation reminded me of the importance of being a parent who provides honest, constructive feedback to their children. My dad isn't someone I talk to every day, but when I do call, he always gives me wisdom, even when it's not what I want to hear. He helps me see the bigger picture, and for that, I'm grateful. To all the parents out there, even if you're not the most talkative or expressive, make sure your children know they can come to you for advice, encouragement, and honesty. Be the voice of reason they can rely on. As for me, I want to be that kind of parent for my kids. I want my boys to grow up knowing they can turn to me for wise counsel. I encourage you to do the same. And remember, it's never too late to change. Talk to you soon.